See what happens. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another episode of SV Thunder Road. Well, in this video, what we're going to be doing today is actually giving the frame a nice little bath. We've already kind of hosed it down once with the water hose, but now what we're going to do is go ahead and scrub it and soap it down and clean off some of these foot pegs as well. These are dirty. Get all of this kind of crud off of here. All of this kind of stuff right here. Get all that out. You can see we've got our bucket of soapy water ready to go. Just using some 50% less scrubbing. Dawn action. And why are we doing this? The motor is just about ready to go back into the frame here. I've obviously been at work here, touching up these bad boys. I'm cleaning the edge of the clutch cover here to go ahead and get that ready for the gasket. We'll get the gasket on and get this bolted on. And once we get the clutch cover bolted on into place, we are gonna go ahead and transfer the motor into the frame and probably start putting a little bit of oil on this bad boy. And I also already took off the shaft cover here, cleaned this guy up. It's looking real nice. I actually just kind of inspected our shaft drive here and everything's kind of checking out. Nothing's locked up or catching. We will need to adjust these brakes here at some point. Initially, I thought that maybe the brakes were locked up, but no, not at all. We just need to readjust them a little bit. So not a major problem there. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get this frame cleaned off. Once we get the frame cleaned up, we'll get the motor back in, and once we get the motor in, we're gonna take another pass at this electrical situation and hopefully get this to a place where we can actually get a spark. And if we can get spark, I know our fuel's gonna be good, and I think our compression is gonna be on point as well. And if we get all three of those things to check off today, I think we're gonna be able to get that baby fired up before the end of the day today. All right, y'all, so that's the goal for today. Let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, got this clutch cover cleaned up here. Got the edge all cleaned up here. So what I did was I took my scraper with my blade and scraped it along the side. And then once I got most of that off, I went back on it with, what grit is this? 180 grit right here. And I just kind of sanded the rest off. And that cleaned it up. We've got our gasket here. It's gonna fit real nice. sides. I think I might be ready to transfer this into the frame. All right, well, I knew I was going to forget something very important. Forgot to install our idler wheel. Dang it. All right, let's take this all off, redo it. We also got a new nut for the flywheel. Let's put the washer on. Moment of truth. Oh yeah. Look at that. Twist right on there. There we go. There we go. Alright guys, got the cover back off. Now, we don't want to forget the starter idler wheel again. So this guy is going to fit right into the hole right here, and then it also lines up in the hole right here in the casing. It goes right there. And then that turns everything. All right. Gasket is still on. That's why we do the grease. All right, got the case on with the starter idler. You can see if I turn it here, the flywheel's turning. So that is working. All right, so now we're gonna install our new starter. It's just gonna pop right into place right there. Put this shaft drive back together. Back out. I think we're in. Alright, I'm gonna have to get that one in first. And now the second one. right in there. All right, I've got the gear shifter on. I have it in neutral. I just want to pop it in gear, make sure we got the shaft all hooked up right and everything. The tires should lock up. So put it in first. Oh, hold on. There we go. Yep, and the flywheel should turn. The motor should want to kick. All right. It's really red outside right now. Kind of cool. It's been a little bit of a job here, but I think we are ready to go to try to see if we've got spark. So we've got the starter hooked up. We've got the starter relay hooked up to the starter, to the battery. We've got the wires all hooked up to the battery. Here we've got the carburetor on. While we were putting this on, we discovered yet again we have another stripped screw. So temporarily I put some duct tape over this to kind of give it a good airtight seal. That's just for test purposes. We've got the ignition set up, ready to go. And I also put in this temporary fuel line right here, so that way we can put a little bit of fuel into the carburetor. We're also gonna check our compression, see what kind of compression we're getting out of the cylinder. We just need compression, fuel, and spark, and this baby should fire up. Let's go ahead and put some fresh oil in there. It's 27 ounces. Let me get my 800 ml. Measured it out already, so we got the right amount. Check our motor for leaks. Make sure we sealed it up properly. There we go. Here has a ground. And turn the motor for the first time, y'all. Let's see what happens here. Get there. Oh. Oh, I'm seeing spark. Oh, are y'all seeing that? Look at that. Oh, that is awesome. 125 is like right here, just so y'all have a reference. Because I know it's kind of hard to see. All right, let me go over to the other side, turn it over. Let me know what we get. Nothing. Alright, let's try that. Sure. That was about. Nothing there. Alright guys, it is the next day and we are back with trying to get our 1985 4-stroke 80cc to fire up here. And last night was kind of a mixed bag of feelings. I was really stoked, really pumped. We were actually able to turn the motor over for the first time. But there was a downside. We weren't able to get it fired up. And whenever I was kind of winding down last night, I just could not stop thinking about what the issue could be here. I thought it was very odd that we were getting virtually no reading on our compression gauge here. That is really suspect to me. We should be getting at least a little bit of something, and we're not getting anything. So I'm thinking, all right, could it be the piston rings are bad? Could it be that the valves are not opening and closing properly? I know we've checked the valves. We reset the spacing on those, checked for leaks on the valves. I didn't show you guys that. The seals seem to be perfectly fine on the valves. Our piston and our cylinder and the rings on the piston, when we inspected those seem to be totally fine. But anytime we turn the motor and try to get the motor running, I'm actually seeing gas spitting out from the carburetor. The gas shouldn't be going out, the gas should be going in. So after a good night's rest last night, I think I figured out what our problem is. And the problem is our timing. So check this out. Let's get this lined back up here. There is a line right here on the sprocket, and that line needs to line up with this notch right here on the top end. The thing that I did not check is the flywheel. On the top of the flywheel here, you can see we have an H and a T, and in between there we just kind of have a line that's going right there. That is important. We want to look at that. And if we go down here, you can see right there, see that little notch right there sticking down? That needs to line up between the H and the T. You want it lined up just like that. And then if you go and look at our sprocket, look at that. I mean, we are way off. I mean, we are like a whole quarter of a turn off on the timing here. I think that's why we're not getting any compression at all. I think that's why we've got gas spraying out of the carburetor instead of going in. So what we're gonna go ahead and do now is take this sprocket off, get this sprocket realigned, get the timing back on point, and have another go at this. All right guys, got the cam chain back on. We are lined up perfectly straight here. And we are lined up with our H and T and the notch right in there. I think timing is good. All right, we know timing's good. Got the cover back on. So now let's go over to the other side and let's go ahead and start to check our compression. Let's get this guy in. Please have some compression this time. Throttle open. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, that's more like it. Dude, that is good compression. Over 150. So we're at about 160, 165. Let's try that again. Dude, that is great compression. Throttle open. Oh yeah, that is fantastic. Much better. Start a tool. All right. See what happens. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, guys, I am super stoked about this. Holy cow, it's running. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and put the muffler on to take care of the noise situation. Let's put some gas in it and see if we can just get it to idle for a little bit. All right, muffler is good. Let's see what we got here. Some more cleaning tools. fuel filter. Oh yeah, here we go. Brand spanking new carburetor. And the gasket. Good deal. That's what we need. Gas in here. Try not to spill it everywhere. New carb is installed, ready to go. Got a little bit of gas in there. Just see if we can keep it idling for a little bit. So let's go ahead and fire it up. All right. Fine-tune that carb a little bit. Idling kind of iffy, but it's running. Sweet. Key works. That is awesome. All right. I hope you all are just as pumped as I am. I mean, I am just on cloud 9 right now. I mean, I am so happy about this. Until next video, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, leaving comments, hitting that like button. Keep it coming, and I'll keep the videos coming. Peace. Take it easy.